What I'm telling you is I want you to just go one by one and pace yourself. Like if you haven't gotten the first door that you open is money,
Mm-hmm.
close the money door to where it's like, okay, I understand this is not about money anymore. We have a way to make it financially work. Now, what is my next step? Next, I want to talk about value and making sure they feel this can actually get them to where they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because then at that point, if we know that, then it's like they have the money, they believe it's going to help them as well. Now it's only a fear. Like now I
I
need to
see.
assess what the actual fear, what is the fear of? And you can clear out money and they can still have a fear of spending the money. And that's perfectly normal. But we just need to logistically make sure that money and value are clear first. And we need to close those doors completely. Okay. This is
Okay.
probably something you've probably heard this before for sure. But regardless, the thing is, hey, real quick. So if you are in high ticket sales and you are absolutely struggling with discovery, you don't know what to do during objections, or just your pitch is a little bit shaky overall, if you are having issues when it comes to taking money from your prospects, I want to help you. So what I want to show you is basically an entire school community that I have of closers who are there to excel and there to do better. So if you want help from discovery, pitch, objections to just general key skills, follow up, referrals, anything that you can think of, landing roles when it comes to real sales mastery, there is help for you in this free school community. And then there's also essentially a calendar of coaching calls that you can actually join as well, where we will help you directly to improve your sales. We'll role play, we'll do call reviews, pretty much everything that you would need to be successful in sales. Okay. So if you want to join that, you'll also be able to see some of my live sales calls. Just click the link below and I'll see you there. This is like with this is going to be like your primal focus. If you can focus on this, I think
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a lot easier to keep composure in calls because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm guiding the conversation. This is what we're going to talk about because we need to talk about this to get you to resolution. And that's kind of the mindset that I want you to develop moving forward with this.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. The visual was helpful. I was like, okay, you need to close like every single door so it's not, leaving the call and being like, was it really a money issue or like not, or
Because
you just didn't believe it was going to work for you or yeah.
exactly. Because sometimes you'll get off calls and you'll be like, I don't know what I did wrong there. But when you have the process and it's like, I just could not get the money door closed. Like it was just
Okay.
stuck. Like there was no way for us to figure out money. Then it's like, okay, it was logistical. Like there was no way for us to figure out money. Then if you get past money and then you get to value and someone says, I mean, it's like, it sounds cool. Like obviously I can afford it, but maybe your pitch or your discovery was completely off. So then it's easier to problem solve when you have a process because you can see where the chinks in the armor are. Okay. So
Okay.
what I want to do is I kind of want to, you've done an example. I want to do an example. And then I just want you to try one more time. So this call is going to be a little
Okay.
mentally taxing for you, but I think again, if we
No,
can
it's
hit it
okay.
home. Okay. So you just be fearful. And I want you to notice how I tried to take the conversation a ton of places. I want you to notice how I'm never going to let you take the conversation off to anywhere. I don't move based on what you say. I
Okay.
move based on where I need the conversation to go for me to help this person. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yes. Quick question.
Yeah.
So, just for my brain to process this, like obviously in like discovery, right? Like we have a process and like based on someone what someone says, right? That process like changes like as far as like an organic conversation,
Mhm.
right? So, in my mind, that's where when someone's saying something, I think that's where I have like more flexibility, but are you saying when I get to objections, controlling that
Yeah.
conversation?
Objections,
Does
discovery
that,
is
am I
fine.
making sense? Like, please
Yes.
let me know if I'm
Yes.
making sense. Yeah.
It, it makes perfect sense. Discovery is fine to switch things up a little bit or be conversational because there's nothing that's been presented that could put a
Yeah.
prospect in fight or flight mode, right? But when we're
Mhm.
in objection handling, they're constantly going to be in fight or flight mode because
Okay.
you've now presented money to them and they're like, oh my God, I
Mhm.
really don't want to spend money. That's extremely scary to me, right? So
Mhm.
we want to control injection handling as much as possible and keep someone on a
Okay.
strict process. So if we can put up real quick before you go, if anything I just said hit, you'll like what I'm about to tell you. There's a public leaderboard live right now where closers are racing to double their cash collected in 14 days. They get real trophies. Public ranks a $1,000 cash prize every month for the closer at the top. The math is simple. Take your last 14 days of cash collected and beat it. Closer doubling from 5K cash collected in the last 14 days to 10K. It's the same tier as a closer flows are doubling from 50K to 100K. So you get the same trophy, the same recognition, and you're never in the wrong weight class because it's based off of your ability to grow. So it's free to join, it's free to learn, and it's free to start growing today. The link is in the description. Click join, and I will see you on the board.